Alright everybody, let's go ahead and get started with the very first Kuya cast. How's everybody doing today? How's Miss Mara doing? Hope you're doing well. And ready to kill you. How you doing, Meta Knight? Doing good? Awesome, glad to hear it, glad to hear it. I've been looking forward to this. I've really been looking forward to this. Let me turn my headset down just a tad bit. Make sure I am recording as well, I believe. Awesome. Making pancakes? Awesome. I like pancakes. Hey Batman, how are you doing? Sorry guys, I am still fighting off the cold and the allergies and things. But I am doing well. I'm doing well. I spent the morning helping a friend of mine change his serpentine belt on his car. It broke down, so had to head over and help him for a while. And came back and hung out in a couple of streams and preparing for our very first Kuya cast. Going to try to mute myself every time I cough. I am recording this. This is going to go on YouTube as a filler. I'm using the stream today, the time for the Kuya cast, in order to kind of collect information. Nope, not a Q&A. You can ask questions, just not yet. I'll try to answer them as I go. If you have a question as I go, then that's okay. You can ask. But this is called the Kuya cast. What I'm going to be doing is every week, every Saturday at 2 p.m. from 2 to 3, I want to do a web show here on Mixer to help people who are interested in streaming, how to get started with streaming, different things like that. Programs, bots, all the different things, music. So that's one of the things we're going to be doing over the next few weeks. Fielder's Choice, speak of the devil. Thank you so much for the host, you and Mara as well. Fielder's Choice is the inspiration behind this. Let me, we're not going to talk about that one today, Batman. Make sure I got this right. I want to give a huge shout out to Fielder's Choice, who is the inspiration behind this entire series. He does this as well every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I believe. Maybe 6 p.m. One of the two. He also does what he calls the SOS stream. The Support Our Streamers, where he does the exact same thing. He's the inspiration behind this, so definitely want to give credit to him. But today's Kuya cast, we're going to be talking about some things you think about before streaming. Things such as expectations, goals, and success. These are the three topics we're going to talk about today. We'll start off with expectations. Now, over the course of this series, I'm going to cover a lot of things. We're going to cover everything you can think of. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen there, my friend. That's not something you post in people's channels. So, like I said, over the course of the next probably few months, we'll be doing these. We'll be doing different things. I'll show you how to do them here on the stream. We'll switch over to the computer, show you some things on the computer and how to do it. I don't listen to music, so we will be covering a lot of different things. I'll have some special guests on the channel. People who are who are better at certain aspects of streaming than I am. I'm not a professional. I'm not a professional streamer. I'm partnered, but that does not mean professional. There's a lot that goes into it. Partner should never be a final goal. We'll get to that here in a little bit. It should just be a stepping stone. But overall, we're going to talk a lot of things. I'm going to use the stream for you all to ask questions for each topic. And during that, I'll be making a list of things that I need to add into or take out, things like that. And I want to make an actual YouTube series on streaming. I'm going to upload this to begin with, and it'll take the place until I get a more professional version down. So let's go ahead and begin. Let's go ahead and start talking about expectations of streaming. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Expectations. That's the one thing I think everybody ends up going into streaming with. Wrong, at least. They have the wrong expectations of going into a stream. As a streamer, you think, oh man, we watch some of these streamers, some of the more popular ones who have hundreds of people watching. We watch those who have tens, if not hundreds of thousands of follows, and we get hyped up on that. A lot of times we'll end up hyped up on that, and we want to jump into streaming right away, and the expectation is high. Now, I'm going to say this, and I want you to take it with a grain of salt. Expectations often lead to disappointments. If you expect too much and it doesn't, if it doesn't exceed your expectations, then you get disappointed. And a lot of people get disappointed. They quit streaming because they thought, hey, I'm going to stream and be professional. I'm going to be a pro. We're going to have hundreds of people watching on the very first day. So you have to have the right expectations. This is going to kind of go with all the different things, or the subjects today, the expectations, the goals, and the success. But you need to stay in reality. You have to be real about all of these. A reasonable expectation, reasonable goals, reasonable definition of success, things like that. So keep these things in mind. Make sure they are reasonable. Now, as far as expectations go, you should not expect to have absolute massive amounts of people come watch you on your very first stream. The one thing I see when people come to my stream, I see it so many times, is I streamed today and nobody watched. I've been streaming and nobody watches me. I get that almost every single stream at some point, if not a couple times during each stream. And see, they've got their expectations high. Now, I'm not trying to discourage people from streaming, but streaming's a lot of work. There's a lot more to streaming than just hit the go live button. I tweeted that out earlier this week. I couldn't sleep and I was just sitting there thinking, and I tweeted something out to the effect of, oh, here, let me see if I can find that. I tweeted it out. Expectations. We expect so much. All right, let's see here. The exact tweet. Can I be honest? Streaming is more than pushing the go live button. I personally spend 30 to 35 hours a week streaming. That's being live. Another 15 to 20 hours a week working behind the scenes, where the stuff that you all never see, like creating this scene, for example. Things like that. And then usually another 10 to 15 networking. And if I had more time, I would spend more time networking. We'll have a full show on just networking. That is a huge part of streaming. But that's all that I can afford for it at the moment. So anywhere, my normal week is anywhere from, let's see here, 55 hours to 70 hours usually. Anywhere from 55 to 70 hours a week I spend working on streaming. Whether it's streaming itself or behind the scenes creating this kind of stuff, this scene, or different transitions, buttons, things like that. There's always something going on. So it takes a lot more than just hit the go live button. But to continue on, can I be honest? Streaming is more than pushing the go live button. I spend 30 to 35 hours a week streaming, another 15 to 20 hours a week behind the scenes, and usually 10 to 15 networking. It takes so much time, money, and effort, I barely make enough to pay the bills. And many, if not most, would consider it not, sorry about that, not worth it. Monkey! We got a Monkey DKS. Thank you so much for the host and the epicness of the Jungle Party raid if you had a working PC. Wow, Monkey and the sub. What a way to start the stream. Get that sub hype going, guys. That resub hype, 9 months. It is hard to believe I've been partner for that long, let alone you've put up with me for that long. Monkey, thank you so much. Monkey, one of my absolute favorite streamers on Mixer. If you want to learn how to stream, go watch him. He's a great one to watch. You just got to shout out all over YouTube, Monkey, because this is going on YouTube afterwards. So, hey, Cool Cats, how are you doing? I apologize, guys. I'm still fighting the cold and the cough and the allergies. So, but I was talking about the tweet I sent out earlier this week to the Microsoft Store. Awesome. Hopefully they will get that fixed for you. Hopefully they'll get that fixed soon for you, Monkey. I really, really hope so. If not, there will be a new donation goal coming soon for Monkey's new PC. So let's see here. As I was saying, so much time, money, and effort go into streaming that I barely make enough to pay the bills. And many people, if not most, will consider it not worth it. If you're doing this for the fame and fortune, you'll soon find yourself discouraged thinking the same. But when you have the opportunity to be a positive influence in a negative world, and you find joy in helping people through streaming, then the money doesn't matter. You get to make a difference in somebody's life. You can't put a price on that. So you know what? I think I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. If it helps just one person, I'll consider myself blessed. That's the tweet I sent out earlier this week. And it really has a lot to do with today's topic of expectation, goals, and success. Our expectations, like I said, a lot of people come into my stream and they're like, I streamed and nobody watched. My first question is, okay, how long did you stream? How long have you been streaming? And what did you stream? So we need to expect, there's some things you need to expect. Don't expect to be a partnered streamer, making millions of dollars, fame and fortune, your very first stream. It's not going to happen. Unless you are well known through another source, such as making YouTube videos, or maybe you switch from one streaming site as a streamer to another streaming site. Unless you come from somewhere with that recognition, you're not going to start off with it. Me personally, my first 4 months on Mixer, I started off on Twitch. I did it for about a week, and it just wasn't for me. I found Mixer not long after that. And to me, Mixer felt like home. It felt like a community. It had the same goals that I did. So that's why I made my home here on Mixer. And my first 4 months, I'll be honest, my first 4 months, I think I may have had 10 follows. And I may have been up to 100 views after 4 months. I streamed for 4 hours a day, usually 3 to 5 days a week. And I had 10 follows and 100 views. Not very many. After my first 4 months, it wasn't long after that I got a little bit better equipment. I worked my way up to get better equipment. I did not start off with it. We'll talk about that on a stream as well, on a Kuya cast. I started off on a laptop that was at that time 5 years old, still using it, sitting over here. 5 years old, bought it from Walmart. Not a gaming laptop. Hey, Spammerino, how are you doing? Thank you so much for the host. We have a spam raid, guys. That means I need to switch over here because I want to do the... Let's see. I don't know how to do this. We're going to do it this way. Spammerino with the epic raid. Guys, if you are interested in streaming, this is another amazing streamer to watch. If you want to learn how to stream, Spammerino is a guy to go to. You talk about he's like one of the ideal partners, in my opinion. He is when I look at partners, he's the kind of guy I think of. Thank you so much, Spammerino. I really appreciate it. I don't know if I've got any mods. I'll go ahead and get you your rated command. I think I got it right. Woohoo! I actually did it right. I don't know my own commands. That's streaming on 101, guys. Know your own commands. I rely on my mods way too much. I love my mods. And give you a shout out. Thank you so much, Spammerino. Today we're talking about expectations. We're talking about expectations. We're talking about goals, and we're talking about success as a streamer. Spammerino, good instance. I was hanging out in Spammerino's stream earlier. Such a helpful guy. Someone came in and said they streamed and nobody watched. I'm sure you get that a lot, Spam. I get that all the time. Come in. Hey, Soul Reaper. How you doing? Hey, Pike. Sorry I didn't say hi to everybody. I really appreciate it. Oh, Fielder's Choice. Thank you so much for showing up. I really appreciate you. Again, guys, throwing this out there. I gave you a shout out earlier. I don't know if you were here, but Fielder's Choice is the inspiration behind this. He does a stream every Tuesday. I want to say 8 p.m. Eastern time, if I'm not mistaken. It's either 6 or 8. I believe it's 8. I'm thinking. Called SOS, Support Our Streamers. Awesome guy. He's the inspiration behind the whole Kuya cast and helping people. So, hey, Sonny. So we're talking about expectations. All the time I get people come into the stream and saying, hey, I've streamed and nobody watched. I had no viewers. 0 viewers. None. And our expectations are set so high watching some of the big time streamers who have hundreds of people watching. We think we get hyped up on that and we think, okay, I'm going to stream and have the same thing. It doesn't quite work that way. Streaming takes a lot of work. It's more than just hit go live and you're done. I was saying the first 4 months here on Mixer, after 4 months, I think I had maybe between 10 and 20 follows total. And I had maybe 100 views. It's not a success overnight thing. It takes time. It takes work. It takes effort. I started on this laptop over here I was talking about. At the time, it was 5 years old. It has not great graphics. I had a 1 megabyte upload, which, if you're going to stream, is not good. Most people tell you have to have 3 to 5. I did it with 1 meg upload. I had very bad quality streams. I played Minecraft. You have a 1 meg upload? That the download. Wow. And then I'd say you probably don't have much of an upload. I'm sorry, cool cats. But I had this laptop. I ran Minecraft on it at 20 to 30 frames per second. Not horrible, but that's where you start. You gotta start with what you got, and then you build from it. After I managed to build up an actual okay-ish gaming PC, I started streaming more often. I set a good schedule, things like that, and I kept my expectations low. And I was absolutely blown away by the amount of support. You'll be blown away, especially here on Mixer. Mixer is a wonderful place to start. If you're really interested in stream, if you're interested in anything like that, I highly recommend Mixer. Everyone's so helpful, they're so supportive, and they will encourage you along the way. That is a big thing. You may not be having millions of people watch, but you will have a great group of people watch and encourage you. Askew Healer, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Welcome to the Kuya Club. So, expectations. Keep your expectations reasonable, guys. Keep them low. Like I said, expectations many times lead to disappointment. I apologize for the coughing again. I'm still sick. I feel you, Spam. I understand the sickness. It's not fun. So, how you doing, Askew Healer? So, expectations. Keep them low. Many times we expect more, and it ends up leading to disappointment. I'm not saying don't aim high. You too, Spam, you too. And that brings us to our next topic, goals. Now again, we have to keep a reasonable head. Keep reasonable expectations, reasonable goals. You should always aim high. Work hard. Aim high and work harder for it. Dream hard, work harder. I've heard people say. If you want to see your dream become successful, you have to work at it. Like I said, streaming, you don't just press start streaming and boom, you're an instant popular streamer. I've been streaming now for almost 2 years, about a year, a little over a year and a half, almost 2 years now. And I'm still not exactly what most people would consider a quote unquote popular streamer. And I'm okay with that. That was not my goal. You need to have a reasonable goal set. Setting goals is a good thing, as long as they're reasonable. Don't set your first goal of your very first stream to be 10,000 follows. You got to be reasonable. Set a good goal. Set your very first stream as maybe 50, and then work hard towards it. Work very hard towards that goal. Always watch other streamers. You'll find streamers all over the place who still have goals. Some of the biggest streamers on Mixer, if you go and talk to them, they'll tell you what their next goal is. Goals are important things. They help us to keep focused. As long as we keep focused on that one thing directly in front of us and keep working towards it, you'll meet that goal. It may take time. Hey, Purple Crafted. It takes a lot of time and effort, but it's so much more worth it when you put the work and effort into it. It feels like you accomplished something. So set little goals and work your way towards those. Goal of so many follows. A goal of partnership is a big goal. Let me talk about that for just a second. Partnership for a lot of people, that's their goal. Get partnered. Quick little thing in there. Oh yeah, definitely purple crafted. That's what the Kuya cast is all about. We are going to be talking about streaming. Today's just before streaming. We're not going to get into a whole lot of the tech stuff, but things we need to think about before streaming. Expectations and goals, and then we'll talk about success here in just a little bit. As a partnered streamer, let me put it to you this way. I'm not making bank. I'm not bringing home hundreds of I'm not bringing home thousands of dollars, let alone hundreds of dollars a week, even hundreds. For me, I make enough to pay the bills. But a lot of people see that partnership as the main goal, as the end goal. And can I tell you something? Partnership should never be your end goal. That should just be another stepping stone to help you towards your goal. My goal for Mixer is to create a family-friendly community. You can go to a lot of places, YouTube, Twitch, different websites, and you don't find a very big family-friendly community. So my goal has always been to help the family-friendly community of Mixer. My goal was not to be the best streamer on Mixer. It's not to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's simply to help family-friendly streaming. And in reality, I think I'm accomplishing that goal. Partnership has helped that goal, but it wasn't the end goal for me. Partnership was just a stepping stone, and that's how any type of streamer should start out. You should expect partnership at some point. Have it as a goal, but don't have it as your end goal. Have it as a stepping stone goal, just to get you to the next place. You can ask any partner. Partnership becomes a lot more work. There's a lot more goes into being a partner streamer than just simply being a streamer. There's a commitment to so many days a week. There's a commitment to a certain type of quality, a certain type of stream. They're not going to partner someone who they don't think is going to represent Mixer well. From the time you become partner, it's not just your branding you're worried about anymore. We'll talk about branding probably the next Kuya cast next week. Talking about branding before you get started on streaming. But once you get partnered, your branding is not the only thing you have to worry about. You now have Mixer's reputation to uphold as well. So it becomes a lot of work. Like I said, they are goals to succeed to your goal. And you should never stop having goals. You should never stop having goals. Always push yourself. Always push yourself harder. Branding is definitely important when going for partner. I'll be honest, when I got partnered, I did a lot of things partners aren't supposed to do. I don't know how they partnered me. I don't know why they partnered me. But I didn't have a webcam. I had very low quality streams. I really wasn't hitting the right numbers. I had no type of branding whatsoever outside of my name. Excuse me. Why they partnered with me, I don't know. I'm thankful they did. I love Mixer and I love helping them grow. But the things I'm trying to talk about today are things I didn't think about before becoming a streamer. These were my failures. So I'm taking my failures and hoping that you will learn from these failures. We should have goals, expectations. I recommend sitting down and making you a list of expectations. Okay, I don't expect this to happen. I don't expect partnered on the first stream. I don't expect 100,000 people to watch on the first stream. What I do expect, and my goal, a reasonable goal, are this. I want to have at least 5 concurrent viewers my very first stream. Okay, that's a good goal. Now, how are you going to reach that goal? That kind of gets into networking, which we'll talk about. Excuse me. That gets into networking, but hang out in other people's streams. Talk to them and different things. And when they see that you go live, all the friends you've made in other streams will come and hang out with you. Oh, excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. So they'll come hang out. If nothing more for that, just interest in seeing, hey, I wonder if they got a webcam. I've been friends with this person. You talking streams a bit too much? No such thing, Purple Crafted. No such thing. Spend as much time as you can in streams. The more you network, the better. If nothing else, the people you hang out with are going to be like, hey, I've hung out with this person for a long time. We've been friends. Maybe I'll get to see what they look like or what they sound like. And they'll come over and visit, and you'll have those viewers to begin with, and boom, your first goal has already been hit. And when you reach those goals, oh, sorry guys, hang on, let me get a drink of sweet tea here. Advice number 2, always have something to drink when you stream. Highly recommend sweet tea. Southern style sweet tea. Not hot tea, not nasty green tea, not any of those weird teas. Southern styled sweet tea. If it's not the consistency of maple syrup, it's not sweet tea. This is just viewing. Streamed 1 or 2 times. See, I did that a little bit. Let me joined at myself. Not Kuya bot. See, I joined Mixer 2 years and 6 days ago. So I spent a lot of time hanging out in streams. But I really wasn't networking. I was just lurking and watching. So I really didn't accomplish anything. I just watched and hung out and different things. And I started streaming October of that year. Let's see, where'd mine go? Joined Mixer 2 years, 6 days ago. So I joined, hey, I just hit my 2-year anniversary here, or Mixerversary. Woot. I started in March of 2016, and I didn't do anything. Hey, Jake, how have you been? Long time no see. My friend. How have you been? Let's see, 1 year, 4 months, 2 years, 3 months. See, we got some veterans in here. I spent that time lurking. I didn't do any networking. Like I said, these are my mistakes. Learn from my mistakes. The wisdom comes in 2 different types. Learn from your own mistakes or learn from other people's mistakes. Learning from other people's mistakes is a big thing. Learn from mine. Network. Spamarino did it right. Spamarino started off the very first couple of months just hanging out, watching. How long did it take you to get partnered, Spam? If you don't mind me asking. You streamed for how many... when you first actually started. I'm not counting the 1 or 2 times while you were viewing. Hashtag ban spam. Applied 3 months in. 3 months in. Because he did things the right way. We have to have goals. He had goals. He did right. He did it the right ways. And he got partnered because of it. And he deserves it. He's a great Mixer streamer. Highly deserving of it. So, reasonable expectations. Don't come in expecting thousands of people to watch right away. Not going to happen. Not trying to discourage you. It takes work. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of, in some cases, a lot of money. After I got partnered, that's when I started really putting money into my stream. I went out and bought a brand new PC, gaming PC. I have 4 monitors. Well, technically I've got 5 monitors if you count the old laptop, which I still use. Use what you got. A soundboard. I just started upgrading my stream as I could. So, expectations and goals, make them reasonable, guys. Make them reasonable. Don't just jump in thinking you're going to be the best of the best. Just have reasonable things. Reasonable goals. First stream, I want 5 viewers. Maybe 5 follows. By the end of the first month, try to have a goal of maybe 50 set total. Just little by little, inch your way up. Every time you... just the best of the best of the best, sir. I got that one. I actually got that one. Men in Black. Love it. I forgot what I was saying. D-Mill, why you gotta go distracting people for? But, just have reasonable things, reasonable expectations, reasonable goals. Each time you reach one of those goals, it's just going to encourage you to push further. If you have massive goals that you can't reach, you're going to get discouraged. It's going to happen, and you're going to end up quitting because you're discouraged. So have reasonable expectations, reasonable goals. And let's talk about success. Now, success. This is a big one. I'm going to ask the chat, what is your definition of success on Mixer? I want everybody's definition. What is your definition? What do you think other people's definitions are of success as a streamer? I got everybody thinking now. That or everybody's already left. One of the two. What is your definition of success? I'll tell you a lot of people's definition of success. From someone who's never streamed before, if they're thinking about it, their version of success is going to be 1, partnership. 2 might be something such as full-time streamer. You should reevaluate your perception of personal. Yeah. Some people's definition of success might be making lots of money. Some may be fame and fortune. A lot of different definitions of success. How do you measure success as a streamer here on Mixer? My definition for success, it took me a while to figure this one out. Always be a little boy and have fun. That's it. That's a good one. I like that one. My definition of success changed. Well, I started off like many others. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this full time. Now, there's different things that motivated me. For one, my health. I love doing carpentry work. Missed that reference again. Yep, I did. I love doing carpentry work. I love working outside with my hands. I'm really debating on trying to figure out a way to do some woodworking streams. Different things like that. But after getting diagnosed with cancer twice and going through the transplant, I just can't do the things I used to do. I get tired, I get weak, easy, and then after a month of hard work like that, I'm in the bed for another month, can't do anything. So some of that was pushing me towards becoming a Mixer streamer. I like games, I like talking to people, I enjoy helping people. So I figured, hey, let's give this a shot. And the more I got into Mixer, the more my definition of success changed. I got to hanging out with other family-friendly streamers, got to spend time with them. I started networking, the actual proper way to do it. And after a while, came up with the idea of creating a family-friendly stream team, Mixer team. So that's what we did. And in the back of my mind, I was pushing towards something I had started planning, literally, excuse me, literally 2 or 3 years ago at this point, called the SGA, Sacred Gaming Alliance. It's something I had talked about with my friend Gabby, and started talking with him about it. And let's see here. Define as the proper way to network on Mixer. We'll do a full thing on networking, but my definition of networking is pretty much just hang out. Hang out and be a friend. Just simply try to be a friend to the streamers. One, pick people who are like-minded. I'm not going to go to the 18-plus streaming crowd and say, hey, I'm family-friendly. Want to network with me? Pick people who are like-minded. And then start hanging out with them. Social media is a huge way to do it, Ralph, is social media. Follow them on Twitter. Start talking to them on Twitter. They'll eventually follow you back. If you go live, they'll see that. And they will or they may even ask. Ender, thank you for the host. Much appreciated. Sometimes streamers even ask. It's a Blazer raid. That means I get to push the button again. I gotta go back over here to this stream. There we go. All right. Appreciate it, Ender. Thank you so much. I don't even try to defend it. I find it pointless. I don't want to defend people from raiding. Raid all you want to. All right, let's get back over here to the Kuya cast. So, yeah, but network with people who are like-minded. Hang out. A lot of times they'll ask, especially if you're helpful in the channel. I am. If you're helpful in their channel, they'll notice that. They'll ask questions like, "Hey, you seem to know what you're doing. Do you stream?" I do. The best way to not gonna run for now. Have a great day, Spammerino. Appreciate you, my friend. D-Mill, can we get a shout out for Spammerino, please? Awesome guy. Make sure we get one for Enderblaze as well. The best way to not network, if you get anything at all out of any of this stream, get this. Never go into a stream and say, "Hey, I'm a streamer." That's the best way to not do it. Most streams will insta-ban you, and you've just completely broke that bridge. You've burnt that bridge to the ground. You may never be able to network with that person again. Never go in and say, "Hey, I'm doing this. Come watch me." That's taboo. That is the #1 way to destroy your chances of ever becoming a streamer, is doing things like that. I like the way Monkey defined it. He's like, say you go to a concert, you get up on stage while they're singing a song, and you say, "Hey," you steal the mic and say, "Hey, I'm doing a concert across town. Come watch me instead." That's the same thing. Don't do that. Oh, excuse me. Don't ever do that. There is a proper way to network. Social media is a huge one. It's a huge help for networking. But mainly just be friendly. Hang out, be friendly. But let's get back to the topic of success. Success. What is your definition of success? The longer I went streaming, the more my definition of success changed. It went from, hey, being partnered and making enough to do this full time to that's not a great definition of success. I want to change it. It ended up changing to I want to build a community. I want to build a community that I love, that I want to help and encourage and be there for. I want to know how their day's going. I want to spend time getting to know their interests, getting to know the actual people who watch me. Building this family-friendly stream team, the SGA, those have become my main things of success. One of my big overall goals is to get every member of the SGA partnered. Get everybody on there partnered. I want to work for Mixer as a partner manager for the family-friendly community. So, that's how I found Sasquatch. He's been around since I really first started growing. Like I said, my very first, MySpace. You probably don't want to try to network through MySpace. I wouldn't recommend that one. But Sasquatch has been one of my best friends and mods for me since really the very beginning. For music? Okay, cool. We'll get to music and things on the podcast or the show later on. But today we're talking about expectations, goals, and success. So success, it really depends. Your definition of success determines your outcome. It takes time and respect. Your definition of success, it all depends on you. What do you consider success? And again, let's keep that thought of being reasonable. Being full-time making $1,000 a week is not reasonable. Mine became to build an awesome community. I would say I'm a successful streamer, not because I've got so many views or because you'll be rich and famous. Yeah, that sounds like Mr. Handy. Not because I would consider myself a successful streamer, not because I've got so many views or so many follows, but because I've built a community. I get in Discord and look around and think, wow, all these people now are friends because of my channel. And that's what I consider success. I'm happy with that. I've brought people together. That is my overall goal as far as streaming, is just to bring people together, build a community, an actual family-friendly community. We now have the SGA as a family-friendly community. There are, let's see here, I think I counted up at like 45 the other day, and we're still getting applications. By the end of this week or two, we may be up to close to 50, and more applications coming in, more people I need to talk to. All meant on the same goal of being family-friendly. And to me, that's success. I've been a successful streamer because of that one little fact. Not because I'm partnered, not because I do it full-time, not because I make loads of money, which I don't, but just simply because of the community we built. We have built an absolutely amazing community. I love when one of us needs something, everybody else is there trying to help them. I love that when one of us is down, the rest of us are trying to encourage them. I enjoy that about our community. I would consider that success. So it all comes down to reasonable expectations. Don't expect to be famous and have thousands of people watching it all on your first stream. Have reasonable expectations. Reasonable goals. Set a viewer count. I want 5 viewers watching at the same time. My first stream. That is my goal. And then write out your goals. It helps if you actually take a pen and paper. I keep a notepad. I keep a notepad here on my desk. Write out your goals. Determine what your goals are. Write them out. And then start planning. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Ralph, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Start planning how to reach those goals. Those goals should just be stepping stones. Step 1, get here. That's my first goal. Get it here. My first goal, 10 follows. Work on it. Yes, writing them down now helps. Because you will forget. You will forget. Write them down. Write how to get to that goal. Okay, what am I going to do to get this? Okay, I can start posting on Twitter. Maybe the people who follow me on Twitter will come watch. Network. Maybe the friends I have in these different places are going to come watch. Be very careful how you do this. There are some streamers, like Spammerino or Fielder's Choice are two amazing examples. You can go into their stream and say things like, I'm hoping to start streaming soon, and do you have any advice? Be very careful with that. You might want to check and make sure. You can always whisper the streamer and ask, hey, can I ask you some advice on streaming? I want to get started soon. Something like that. But again, check rules first. Be very, very careful. Very careful. Myself, Fielder's Choice, Spammerino, a lot of the people on the family friendly stream team will answer those questions. If you come in and just say, hey, I'm a streamer, we're going to count that as self-promotion and say, hey, okay, good luck to you. But you self-promoted, you're getting timed out. But go in and just simply ask for advice. But again, check rules first. Be very careful with who you do that to. That I can't stress that enough. Be very, very careful. And then reasonable goals, and then figure out your definition of success and push towards that. Jack of Blades, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Kuya Club. Over the course of the rest of this series, we're going to talk about things such as your PC or your laptop or your Xbox, streaming from them. Programs. What programs do you use? What music can you use? Bots. Building bots. Figuring out which bot to use in your chat. Discord. Again, I got my whole list down here of just things. Audio equipment, OBS, XSplit, how to stream for what you can afford. Things such as stream etiquette, social media, branding, your equipment, getting started, networking, growing a stream. All that's going to be discussed in the Kuya Cast over the next few months. But we are going to go ahead and take some questions. If anybody does have questions, new streamer, use Scotty bot, then you get a new bot. If you decide it's time to get a new one, that's a matter of opinion. It does have a lot to do with opinion, what you enjoy. I never used Scotty bot. I went to Scortbot and have never looked back. I love Scortbot. I enjoy Scortbot. Looking forward to doing the Kuya cast on Scortbot so I can help people learn how to set it up. Yeah, start with the basics, work your way up. Yeah, Scortbot is amazing. Scortbot has a lot of features. Scortbot, in my opinion, takes care of a lot of things for you to do. It takes care of your chat. It takes care of hosting if you need it to. Giveaways, your currency, your games, timers and tools like your queue, your chat queue, quotes, all kinds of different things. So, score from the beginning. Scotty gives you no issues. Awesome. Use what you know and what you got. Use what you got to start with. But is there any questions about expectations, goals, success? There is no golden rule for becoming a successful What? Thanks to email. A streamer, successful streamer. There's no set way to do it. You do it your way. How big to build a soapbox? Big, very big. How many cups of sugar does it take? Hashtag next stream. Picking good mods. Emphasis on good. Mods that don't troll. I love my mods. The community and have fun. Like that kind of falls under success. Enderblaze asks, did you already talk about doing a stream is just a way to connect with the community and have fun? Kind of goes with success. How many slices of cheese on a hamburger? Not enough. Take my definition of success, for example. To me, streaming and hanging out with my community is success. Much meat for a single burger? How do you like hot salsa? These are all questions by my mods, who are now unmodded. Now, how much pineapple for your pizza? Good question. Very simple question. None. Van Mara. Can we get a rudeness? Exclamation point rudeness. She didn't say it, but I'm going to do it for her. It's rudeness. I should just do it as rude. Nah, Mara is awesome. Mod won't be unmodded. Good old Mara. But like, as I was saying, my definition of success is hanging out with my community. To me, the video game you're playing that people come in and watch is just the doorway to your community. That's it. The whole point of streaming, in my opinion, is to build a community. And what you do, whether it's reading, cooking, gaming, whatever it may be, it's just a doorway for that person to find your community and become an awesome member of it. That's what my definition of success is. So, guys, if there's no questions, that's going to wrap up our very first Kuya cast. Things to think about before streaming. Next week, we are going to talk about branding. Branding is one of the biggest things when it comes to streaming. Figure out what your brand is, what your goals are for branding, where your purpose for streaming, your theme, the color scheme, everything, all develops around branding. Did Gabby accept speaker with the SGA? So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and hit the stop recording, not stop.